Hey guys, this is the EQE 500, which is the Mercedes-Benz sporty electric sedan. It's like a mini version of the EQS, but it has a ton of the same uber luxurious features. It drives amazing, it's quiet, it's fast, it has a ton of beautiful interior features, which we'll have a look at, and we'll go for a drive. We even have these awesome pop-out handles that I love on Mercedes-Benz. When you walk up to it with the key fob on you, they just pop out automatically as you're walking up towards the car, which is pretty cool. We have beautiful AMG line wheels. This is white, as you can see, with a black roof, and it looks so good. And I love that it's a little bit sportier and smaller than the EQS, which I fell in love with immediately. All right, let's take this EQE 500 for a drive. You could feel that instant torque, right? It is a dual motor all-wheel drive, getting 402 horsepower, 633 pound-feet of torque, meaning you will get from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 4.7 seconds. It is quick. It's comfortable, it is quiet, it gets up to 418 kilometers in range, which is about 260 miles. There is an EQE 350 below this one, and then there's an AMG above this one. So middle of the road, I guess, mid-trim, and I've enjoyed my time with it. I love it. I love all Mercedes EVs. My only beef is that they don't come with the portable home charger cord anymore, but I will say back when they used to, I never used to get a good charge at home on a level 1 anyway, and I always ended up having to take them to the DC fast station before returning them, because I have to have them 80% and up when I bring them back. Look at this super unique front end. At first glance, it just looks like a sporty Mercedes sedan, but as you can see, that grille is a solid black, and it just, that black and white front, it's so sharp and just different looking. I love how solid it is. And then of course we have digital LEDs, beautiful black and white contrast on the front. I really dig this front end. And then the black roof looks good, the contrast. Those wheels look amazing. As I mentioned already, I love those pop-out handles. And then we get also very intricately designed LEDs on the back and a very sloped body line, giving it a super sporty look. Love that it's smaller than the EQS. It just looks so good. Little spoiler on the back there, black lower bumper. The contrast looks amazing. And I'm not a huge fan of white cars, but this black and white combination, it's incredibly sleek. It looks so modern. I love it. And of course we have a power trunk. When you start your vehicle at $95,000 base price, you're gonna have a power trunk. We even have power rear folding seats that can be controlled right here, which is pretty cool. And that was super easy. Big trunk, actually. I'm surprised at how big it is for this sporty, sloping body style. But yeah, gotta love a power trunk on a luxury sedan. Let's fold this back up. Let's get in and see how much room we have. This has the Napa leather seating option, which is an option. It's an expense, but all EQEs come with leather interior. So we have a separate sunroof back here. We have gorgeous gloss black and leather power windows, of course. This has the 3D Burmester sound system, and it's amazing. And then we also have 4-zone climate control back here. And as you can see, I have a ton of room. For some reason, my legs don't even really want to touch the ground. These seats are a little sloped upwards, but they're very luxurious. I have lots of room. I'm 5'1". The sloping roof line, I can really feel it back here. There's not a ton of headroom, but the sunroof is big. Goes all the way from here to here. And really comfortable seats, of course, and then the pop-out cup holders and a little phone holder here. And no pass-through though. But yeah, really, really cozy, comfy back seat. A really beautiful front interior as well, of course. Did you hear that? It's got some really cool sound effects, but the truth is on the EQS and EQS SUV, all that air conditioning noise is going to be loud. It's really hot out. The truth is on the EQS and the EQS SUV, it has some really crazy driving sounds, and you can customize that and you can turn them off. But I haven't discovered any of that on this EQE, so I have not been able to find in this system how to turn on or off driving sounds. But there is cool startup sounds, graphics. We see all of the advanced tech that we've seen in the other Mercedes-Benz recently with a large 12.8-inch vertical screen. We have a large 12.3 cancel. And a large 12.3-inch driver display here. It's taken me a little bit to get my driving position just right, where I can see the whole screen and the steering wheel doesn't feel too high up. So I brought my seat up quite a bit. Again, I'm 5'1". And we have a beautiful big wooden dash here. And the Gorilla Glass hyper screen that spans the entire dash is available. It's an option on the EQE. So let's come on inside and let's have a look. All right, this is the big display and it's totally customizable, as is normal for Mercedes-Benz, using these haptic buttons here on the steering wheel. As always, we can customize our dash or our instrument gauge cluster or driver display, whatever you want to call it, we can customize it completely using these little haptic buttons, and I love that. I also should show you that these they animate when you start the car, which is super cool. Love the steering wheel. Always love a good solid Mercedes-Benz steering wheel, and I love the stalks. Now, I will say, one of the first things I noticed, yes, the gear shift is on this stock, as is normal for Mercedes-Benz, and I love that. But one of the things I noticed as soon as I got in this is that these stalks are black, and they're usually this silver color on a Mercedes-Benz, and I love it. I love that they're black. They look so good. They contrast nicely. It's beautiful. And then we have the wood all throughout the front dash here, our ambient lighting, which is totally customizable. I love these, and the ambient lighting in them is, again, customizable. The ambient lighting goes all across the dash. We have this beautiful wood, and as I mentioned, you can get the Gorilla Glass, which is the huge 56-inch piece of glass spanning the entire dash. It's an option in the EQE. And then again, this giant screen, which is very customizable. We have all of our settings in here. This does have wireless CarPlay. I just have my Bluetooth shut off right now so that I can shoot video with the car on. And then again, we've seen this setup in the S-Class, the C-Class. What did I have recently? The SL. I've had this in the EQS. Anyway, drive modes here, parking camera, EQ, which is the charging and electric vehicle information. Right now I'm at 367 kilometers at a 68% charge. We'll talk more about maximum range and so on in here in a sec. The vehicle settings can be accessed here. The four ways are here. Fingerprint technology in the US. Volume here, you just slide your finger across, or you can press it, but I tend to use the volume on the steering wheel here. You just swipe up or swipe down to turn down and up your music. And then we have a wireless charging pad in here. We have our USB-C, 2 cup holders. I'm trying to get my cord in here so I can show you what this looks like closed. Nice and clean. Really, really clean design. And then a clamshell style opening console, which is actually really deep. I have my microfiber cloth in there, and 2 USB-C chargers in there as well. And again, these Napa leather seats, and adjustable headrest are, these Napa leather seats are an option, but the standard EQE does come with a leather interior. Gorgeous. Okay, so what do you think of this EQE? I love that it's a little bit smaller and a little bit sportier than the EQS, but it still has a ton of luxury. This is the top trim. This is the pinnacle trim. Plus it has some options like the AMG line, the wheels. There's a few things that are extras on here. Let's talk about starting price. You can get the EQE at around, I believe it is around 85,000 Canadian and around 75,000 US dollars. This is the top trim. So about 120,000 Canadian dollars and around $97,000 US if I spec'd it out correctly on the US website. I forgot to talk about the 4.5 degree rear steering, and what that means is that the rear wheels turn when you're turning. And what that does is it gives you a much tighter turning radius, and it makes it easier to navigate into parking spots. You can feel it when you're going around turns that are quite tight, and it just gives that more maneuverability, flexibility in tight spaces or in short turns. So there's where you would notice that. And I do enjoy that. I appreciate that on a lot of Mercedes-Benz vehicles. I love that feeling of that quick turn, the tight turn. And it makes it easier to like pull into a parking space, whether it's parallel or perpendicular. It just makes parking better. So what do you think? Luxury, performance. It just shut down because I've been sitting here too long, but I do not want to miss out on my air conditioning. Do you hear those cool sounds? Anyway, what do you think? Leave me a question or a comment, and we'll see you soon.